Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Sunil Davarkar, and I am botany faculty. Okay. So, biology is a science you know very well. It is the study of the living organism. Okay. And as you know, the different properties of the living organism. So, one of the important property of the living organism, that is nothing but the reproduction. Okay, and the reproduction means what? To produce the young one which is similar to us. Okay, so means the pre-existing organism produce the new one or the next generation, or that is called as the offsprings for the next generation. Okay, so that is the reproduction. And as you know, the reproduction is of basically two types. That is the asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. Okay, asexual reproduction, you know, that is nothing but the without the formation of gamete and without the fusion of the gamete. Means there is the no fertilization, only a single parent can produce the next progeny. Okay, but what about the sexual reproduction? Today we will discuss about the sexual reproduction in the flowering plant. Flowering plant means the angiosperms. Okay, so what is the sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction includes two parents, whereas asexual reproduction only one parent is uniparent. Sexual reproduction, it includes the two parents, so that is called as the biparental. Whereas in case of the asexual reproduction, only one parent is sufficient. Okay, a single parent can be also produce the progeny in case of the asexual. So asexual reproduction is called as the apomixis. It is called as apomixis. Apo means without, mixing means the mixing, or the combination of the two gamete or the two type of the genetic material. Okay, so apomixis, so there is no gamete, so there is the no combination, no fertilization is there. Okay, so all the progeny produced by the asexual reproduction are the pure for their characteristics. Means all are similar, genetically similar, morphologically similar. So such progeny are called as, that are called as the clones. Okay, but what happens in case of the sexual reproduction? In case of the sexual reproduction, two parents are there, both from having the different genetic characters. So what happens? The combination is takes place. So sexual reproduction is called as the amphimixis. Okay, and today we are discussing about the sexual reproduction in the flowering plant. Okay. So the flowering plant in the angiosperm, a specialized structure is there, that is called as the flower. Okay, so flower is nothing but it is the modified condensed shoot system meant for the sexual reproduction in the plant. Okay, so as here what happens? The different parts that are important in case of the flower, that different parts are nothing but as you know, the calyx, corolla, androecium and the gynoecium. Okay, so what are the calyx, corolla? These are the accessory part of the flower. Okay, and androecium and gynoecium, these are the essential part of the flower. So androecium, it is nothing but the male reproductive part of the flower, and gynoecium, it is the female reproductive part of the flower. Okay, when we have to study the reproduction, it is studied at the three level. Okay, so what are these three levels? That is the pre-fertilization, fertilization and the post-fertilization. Three type of the changes are there. Okay, so pre-fertilization what means? The formation of the gamete. So all that processes in which the gametes are formed, that are the included into the pre-fertilization stage. Fertilization, that is the union of two gametes. And post-fertilization, after the union of the gamete or the fertilization, what are the different changes are there? That is nothing but the formation of zygote, and from the zygote, the formation of the embryo. So all that processes are included under the post-fertilization. Okay. So firstly, we will discuss about the male reproductive part, that is called as the stamen or the androecium. So androecium, what androecium representing? Okay, as you studied in the pteridophyte, heterospory is there. Okay, so heterospory means two type of the spores are produced. Okay, microspore and megaspore. And as you know, or as you have studied already in the 10th fight, from the microspore the male gametophyte is produced. From the megaspore the female gametophyte is produced. And later on the respective gametes are produced there, and then the union is takes place. So it needs the heterospory means two type of the spores. Okay, and how the microspores are produced? Microspores are produced in the microsporangium, and these microsporangium are produced on the structure that is called as the microsporophyll. There is nothing but the leaf, but having the microsporangium at the base of that leaf. So that is the microsporophyll. In case of the megasporophyll, what happens? The megasporangium is produced at the base of that leaf. That leaf is called as the megasporophyll. It produces the megasporangium, and within the megasporangium, megaspores are produced. So with that reference, that androecium is nothing but the microsporophyll in nature. Androecium is nothing but the microsporophyll in nature, and each individual androecium is called as the stamen. Okay, each stamen having the three parts, that is the filament, connective, and the anther. So filament is nothing but the stalk of that stamen, and anther is the only fertile part of the stamen. Okay, so this stamen having the filament and anther, of which this anther is the fertile part. So